I'm just waking up. Summer day, chant, chant a summer day. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chant A Psalm A Day. We are here again. Oh my goodness! Thanks for joining Chant A Psalm A Day. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everyone! We have made it to Friday. Oh my goodness! Oh, get my tea. I have my hot tea going on here. So I'm excited to share everything. Share it all. But anyway, I'm thankful. I'm really thankful, y'all. So thankful that we could be here today. Um, because life is temporary. Okay. It's not for all forever, right? Greetings of love and joy with great gratitude for the Most High daily, El Su. How are you? I hope that I'm here and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, like 5:17 in the morning. And um, I don't know what time it is by where you are, but a lot of people have been missing the Psalm, chant the Psalm because I'm on a whole different time. So I'm glad that you're here. Um, Even though no one comes into the psalm, I don't feel alone. I never feel alone. So I feel thankful that I could be able to do this. So, wow, it's 8:18 where you are? Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah, it's the time change. The time change. And this time change can get us kind of, you know, my body and everything is trying to adjust to, um, trying to adjust to the time difference because my students, they wanted to go to downstairs to the pool first night, and um, okay, Rohit, thank you for your comment. Um, but anyway, the students wanted to go down to the pool, and I was so exhausted. I had so much work that I have to do, so I didn't get to go. So I'm looking forward to finding out how, they enjoyed the pool downstairs. They're working really hard. They're going to sessions, they're taking notes, they have to write a reflection paper. And I'm really excited to see what comes out of these reflections and how the conference has impacted them. So um, it's so amazing to see. And if you subscribe to this channel, you'll see the videos that I did at the conference expo. The expo is where all the child development, early childhood resources and people who support child development and children gather together in one place. It is amazing. So I'm thankful for that. Um, and it was, companies that sell child development products. And I have a couple ideas of some products after going through the expo. So I'm excited. But I want to get started because I have to get to breakfast. We have to get to Friday's sessions. Um, and Friday's sessions, today's sessions, um, And Saturday sessions tomorrow. Thank you for liking this video. And tomorrow's sessions are Saturday sessions is the end of the conference. So the Saturday sessions, there's a closing session that I want to attend. He's a librarian and I'm a librarian, and the love for libraries is somebody else is going to be talking about. So I want to sit there and listen to that. And that's tomorrow. So I may tune in, I may go live. So tune in, subscribe to this channel and like this video. And, let's get started with Chant A Psalm A Day. Here we go. So the Psalm today, y'all, when I looked at the Psalm today, I was like, yay, like, wow. And the Psalm today is 71. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you so much. The Psalm today is 71, and it's talking about, and then when I look at the verse of the day is so on target, especially for this season that we're in right now. People are serving. Let me just turn this off. People are serving other things, and they're not necessarily the righteousness of the Most High and the goodness and mercy and kindness and compassion of that one that's called Lord, God, or Jesus. The names of that represent the goodness and the mercy and the compassion and the love and the long suffering. If you can stick with something and not give up, even in the pain, that's long suffering. Forgiveness is what the Most High is representing. So the verse today, I got to start with that, okay? The verse today is coming from Joshua 24, verse 15. And Joshua, I don't know too much about the scriptures. I'm learning, okay? I cannot speak on the scriptures and I know it inside out. I'm learning. And in Joshua is talking about who people are serving. Who are you serving? And Joshua is like, as for me, I'm going to serve, and my household, we're going to serve the Lord. And what is the Lord? Righteousness, mercy, compassion, long suffering, honesty, humbleness, meekness, integrity, compassion. All of that is representative of the Lord. So that is what you serve. However, Joshua says, when serving that, righteousness, mercy, love, compassion, kindness, when serving all of that seems undesirable to you, like you don't want to serve that, right? Then choose for yourself. Choose for yourself this day who you're going to serve. Whether you're going to serve the gods of your ancestors, serve beyond the Euphrates, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. So whatever land you are living in, what gods are they serving? What are you serving, right? And in this season, we have Christmas coming up, Christmas and all of these different seasonal holidays, right? And in these seasonal holidays, people serve that. They sit in front of their Christmas tree and, this is what they serve because you are doing this every single year. So obviously this is what you are serving. I don't know people's heart inside their heart, but what is inside your heart comes out in your words and in your actions. So we have to be careful what and who we are serving, because there's going to come a time when you're going to have to choose, just as Joshua is telling us now. Because when serving the Lord, that is goodness, mercy, love, righteousness, and it's not about, and that Lord is fair and equitable. If you don't desire that, then choose for yourself, choose for yourself. And I want to have my household serving this righteousness. And it doesn't come with decorative, idols, hanging from a tree and this and that. And it doesn't come from that for me. If that's what you serve, then go 100% and serve that. My household is not doing that. Okay. As for me, and Joshua talks about it, as for me and my household, we're going to serve goodness, mercy, love, and righteousness. And how that comes out, it's not through creating images of anything. It's not creating these images. What is a Christmas tree? Where did that come from? People don't know, and they go ahead and serve that. They've been given this. I told my students yesterday, you've been given this religion. Okay? People say, oh, Rastafari want people to serve Selassie as the God, right? And people are squeamy about that because they serve what the enslaved colonial capitalistic society has given to them. Like, here, this is who you serve. A white God, white Jesus, white Lord, white supremacy, right? This is where people are, and they don't realize it. People's intentions and their hearts may be good, but let me tell you, there is an evil power out here that sucks people's intelligence. It sucks their critical thinking, so they're not thinking for themselves, right? What is happening is they're being influenced by a system that has created these ideologies in their minds. That's why people were sad about the election, and they're all, what's happened? And because they're so sucked in that they can't see the trees from the forest from the trees. And I can't be sucked in like that. No way, no how am I going to be sucked in like that. I was with someone and I told them I don't deal with Christmas and the trees and all this stuff. When I went away, they put up a Christmas tree without my permission, anything like that, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm not going to fuss about that. I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm going to be righteous, and I'm going to show how what I serve is not about quarrel and fussing and all of that. I left it alone. I took a picture of the tree, posted up on Facebook and say, look at this, congratulations, and all that. My point is, we have to be careful what we're serving. And Joshua, in the book of Joshua tells us this. And Joshua says, you know what? Who are you going to serve on this day? Are you going to serve these idols, these images? Okay. Selassie the First isn't an image a man created. Selassie the First is nobody. You know what I'm talking about? So when we look at pictures of Jesus, this is idols that they have created, images. So when Rastafarians are serving, they're who they're serving, it's not something that was created by a slave master. It's not something that was created in an image, in these images. No. And we have to remember who we're serving. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for liking this video. I am not downgrading anybody out here who celebrates Christmas. My mom loves it, and I love my mom. That's my mom's favorite time of the year, right? And I indulge her in that. That's her favorite time. Yeah, that's what, she likes, the lights and all this stuff. And I slowly kind of ease in and let her know, what these things are about. And she knows how I am. Because when this is all said and done, these things do not matter. All the money people spend on these holidays were created based on capitalism. So when we look at how people decorate, and it's written in the scriptures about decorating, trees, decorating, decorations, and putting these things in your household. That's why Joshua is like, As for me and my household, we're going to serve righteousness. And in serving righteousness, we don't have all that stuff. We don't have to buy and purchase all these things to say that we are worshiping God. You're not worshiping God, you're worshiping an image of God. So worshiping God is on the inside out. It's not on the outside in. You have to have that inside of you. You can't let people dictate to you. People believe everything on the news. Every single thing. Anything come on the news, they believe it. They're spoon-fed information, okay? They have this idea of one against the next. The Republicans and the Democrats. The Republicans are racist. The Democrats are evil. It's all this information that's pumped up, and people make their influence by these decisions. And I am a type of person, that's why I believe I may end up being alone, because there's nobody out here who's ready to fight the battle with me. Nobody. Okay, nobody's ready to fight this battle. Everyone wants to be comfortable in their little bubble, and I'm not about that. People are starving out here. People are dying. People are being killed. I just saw on the news, people are being shot up. There were some monkeys in a research lab in North Carolina somewhere that escaped. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So we have to step up, level up in our thinking. Okay, what are we serving? And Joshua talks about that. So when we look at the verse today, let me get my tea. When we look at the verse today, and we look at the psalm today, the verse today is about who you're serving. And Joshua's like, my household, we're going to serve righteousness. We don't need all the bling bling. We don't need all that glitters ain't gold. Okay? We don't need all that. So during the December month of Christmas, people putting up their trees right now. People putting up their Christmas trees right now because they're programmed. It's a program. They're programmed every year to do the same thing over again. The baby Jesus, he's a baby. Like what in the world? Jesus is not a baby anymore. Jesus has risen and has elevated at the righteousness of the Most High and sits at the seat there. So why do we, you want to remember the birthday. Okay, you want to celebrate that. And that's fine. Let us remember who we are serving. So when you serve Jesus, you're putting away things of the world. Jesus is not about this world and these things of this world and this Christmas and all this. There was never nothing said, put up a Christmas tree. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Nothing said that. I never read any. Like I said, I don't know the scriptures, but in reading what I've read, I have not seen anything that said put up a Christmas tree in your house. I've never seen that anywhere. So when people say they serve Jesus and they're doing that, okay, I don't know what Jesus they're serving. This must be a different kind of Jesus. So go ahead if you all, that's how you all, were raised to, have that. That is you. And that's fine if people want to do that. You know what I mean? Do you. I will do me. You do you. I am not going to be around that. I will be giving thanks the way I know in my heart where God lives. And God is righteousness, mercy, love, and kindness. God is not all this other stuff that people, all this decorative and decorations. It's not about that. That's why people say, what is the reason for the season, right? Or Jesus is the reason for the season and all this stuff. But we get into these um ways of following. I've never been a follower. I'm telling you, from the time I was a child and all the children went to one side of the playground, I went to the other side. I don't follow the crowd. If the crowd is all doing one, I'm not. Something ain't right. I'm not going to be sheep to the slaughter. And as the shepherd, we have a shepherd. Remember Psalm 23? Psalm 23 yesterday. Righteousness is my shepherd. Righteousness is shepherding you. Okay? And I want to be shepherded by righteousness, not led astray to the slaughter, serving idols, serving and worshiping all these different schemes, and that's what to me it is these, a scheme that's happening to take your money. People spend thousands of dollars. People take out their 401k to go do Christmas. Yeah, people do that. People take out loans to go and do Christmas. I did it. I didn't take out a loan, but I took money and went and spent, bought gifts and stuff because someone I was with was about that. It's like, I don't want to do that. Let's invest this money in some business. But people aren't looking like that. They're not thinking in that way. So that's why I said I'm gonna end up being alone, because there is no one I feel that is ready for me. Okay? They're not ready for me in that way. I can be your friend, we can, be friends. But when it comes to this, what Joshua is talking about, my household, we gonna serve righteousness, right? That's my household. Yesterday I said, when you come into my home, you take your shoes off at the door. That's righteousness. I'm serving that. You're gonna speak words of goodness when you come into my home. There's not gonna be any dead meat debtors. No dead, nothing. It's life, it's living. We have to have living things in our bodies, not dead bones. We have to stop being the dry, dead bones. Okay? And stop that. We have to start moving from sucking off the milk to now going to solid food. And that solid food represents no meat. It represents keeping your body living foods, and it's hard for me to find living foods out here because everything is dead. There's 2 hours away from here, fires are burning in California. Okay, 2 hours away, an hour and 55 minutes is where Ventura, California is, and it's burning. It's on fire. Serious fire. Fire has to burn the wicked. My son lost his life right up there. Okay? Right up there, my son lost his life. Okay? And when I saw that, it's on the world news. Fires are blazing 2 hours away from where I'm at right now. Oh, goodness. I told you I'm an angel of God. And the type of angel I am, I'm a fire angel. Okay? Where I go, fire blazing. It's going to blaze. Because just as it's written that fire is in front of the Most High, fire is around the Most High, it's evident in the book of Moses when Moses saw that burning bush. So don't tell me the fire is controlled by the devil. No, it's not. The devil is afraid of the fire. The devil gonna burn in the fire. The wicked don't like the fire. Okay? The wicked are going to burn in the fire. The fire is a cleansing. It cleansed the wickedness out. So let's get to the psalm today, because Joshua kicks it off. Joshua kicks it off. As for I and I, And I house, I will serve righteousness. I will serve goodness and mercy, kindness and love, humility, meekness, grace and compassion. That is what my household is going to serve. And if you don't serve that, get out of my household. Just get out. Okay? You're not coming into my household with nothing dead. I'm not about to compromise. I'm 55 years old. I don't have to compromise with nothing about myself. I am not going to put myself on the side for no one, no way. So if you can't get on this train with me, get off at the stop. Get off at the stop. I'm not going to lay down with someone who, no more, I'm laying down with someone who is putting debtors in their body. No, I'm not going to be with that. I'm not going to be defiled, in other words. So that's not happening. You have to change the way you eat, the way you talk, the way you have to change yourself, not from me, but to serve who? The Lord. That's who you're not serving me. This is not my rules. This is not my rules. This is not my rules. We are going to serve right. Okay. So thank you for liking this video. I know I can be kind of blunt and I can be kind of like, this is what it is. But guess what? This is what it is. So Psalm 71 is, forsake me not when my strength is spent. Okay. So I ask that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart is acceptable to that one that I serve. Righteousness, goodness and mercy and love. That's what I serve. And I serve it. I serve that righteousness the way I live, the way I deal with people, the way I eat food, the way I go to the bathroom, the way I take a shower. I serve righteousness in every part of my life, every single way. When I'm writing a grant, I'm serving the righteousness of the Most High. Okay? When I am writing a proposal, I am serving the righteousness of the Most High, because the proposal I'm writing is to help people. And serving righteousness is helping people, is being a servant of that. Goodness and mercy and selflessness. Okay? So in you, oh righteousness, do I take safety. I'm going to be safe in that. That's why when people serve in these other things, watch out. There's no safety in a Christmas tree. There is no safety in that. Okay? None. There's no safety in that. In righteousness, I have safety. Okay? And I will never be put to shame, because I'm serving that is righteousness. It's not idols that I'm serving. I'm not putting up a Christmas tree, sitting by the chestnuts roasting by the fire. I'm not sitting there idolizing these lights, because that's what, as a child, when I looked at the lights, I was just, drawn in, because this is what it does. Okay. In righteousness, deliver me. The righteousness is delivering and rescuing, and is going to listen and save. Okay. And that verse 3, that righteousness is a rock of safety. Okay. It's a rock. And remember the rock, that stone that the builder refused, they didn't want that stone. Guess what? It became the head of the cornerstone. Okay. So I am keeping on to come. Okay. That rock is a safety that's going to that's going to keep on coming on. And that rock of righteousness, the rock of righteousness, I need to put that in my t-shirt. I'm doing a t-shirt business. But the rock of righteousness, that rock, oh my goodness, is a is going to keep on coming and being that saving grace, that rock. Okay. Um, Righteousness rocks, the rock of righteousness. Rock of righteousness. The rock of righteousness. So when we look at that rock, when we look at that stone, that is that one that was rejected and crucified because they stood up for what was righteous. They stood up for what was good. They stood up for what they served. They stood up against a system that's indoctrinating people into serving idols. So they stood up to that and they were crucified. But that one, when you serve that one, you are safe in that one because that one gave the sacrifice for you to be here today. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to serve. You don't want to serve that, then there's the door. You can open it and go. So that is the fortress, and that rock has given a command to save me. Okay? For that is a rock and a fortress. So I'm in the bosom of Abraham. I'm in the bosom of the Most High because I'm serving that is higher than myself. Okay? And when you serve that is higher than yourself, and you don't serve what's down below in hell, guess what? You're going to be okay. You're going to have money to pay your bills. You're going to have abundance of goodness. You're going to have that $1 million business you want. You're going to have generational wealth. You're going to have houses. Okay? You're going to have things. Because that abundance of goodness you're supposed to have. We're supposed to be living in abundance of goodness, but not to worship those abundance, but to worship the one that gave you that abundance. That's who you worship so that it's not taken away from you. When things get taken away from people, they wonder, oh, the bank, but you're not serving righteousness. Oh, my car got repoed, but you're not serving righteousness. You're idol worshiping the car. What you doing? Don't trust in chariots and horses, cars and things. Trust in the one that can deliver that. That's what I do. I trust in the one that can deliver that. And not many people can stand by my side. Not many people can run this race with me. Some people we're going to have to leave. Some people is not going to get there with us, like Martin Luther King said. Okay? I may not get there with you. But guess what? We're going to go. We're going to keep going. So, verse 4 now. Guess what verse 4 is talking about? Rescue I and I, O God, from the hand of the wicked. Okay? From the grasp of the unjust and cruel individual. Okay. I don't know why it keeps reconnecting. I don't know why. We have a slight issue with the internet. Anyway, verse 4 is rescuing you from this hand of the wicked and the grasp. Okay. People have you in their grasp, They got you in their grasp. Nobody's going to have me in their grasp ever again. Believe that. And in verse 5 now, for righteousness is my future, my trust from the time I was a youth. Okay. Upon righteousness I have leaned from before my birth. So you were there with righteousness before your birth. You were formed intricately in your mother's womb by righteousness. So when you come out now as a baby, parents indoctrinate you. The society indoctrinates you. Girls wear pink, boys wear blue. Okay. So there's an indoctrination that happens. In verse 6, upon righteousness I have leaned from before birth. Righteousness is the one that took me from my mother's womb. That love that powerful, omnipotent one took you from your mother's womb. That's why I love my mother. I respect her. I give her the honor that she deserves because she was part of that righteousness. It's, oh my goodness. She was part of that. Every mother who gives birth is part of that union with God. It is just the most beautiful thing ever. Thank you for liking this video, by the way. But when I look at this psalm about taking you out of your mother's womb and your praise supposed to be continually to that one, but people are going away from that, and that's what makes me sad, because people are going to be, it's going to be too late. Too late is going to be the cry. Because you've missed the boat. You've missed the boat. And people are out here telling you, warning you, you know. Why do you think I get up on this psalm every day? To tell people, to tell myself, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. So, I have been as a portent to many. Now, when we look at this word portent in verse portent, it's a sign or warning that something, especially something momentous or calamitous, is likely to happen, right? It's a sign or warning. That's what portent is, P-O-R-T-E-N-T. And in verse 7, the word is there. I have been as a portent to many, as a sign. I have been as a sign. I have been as a warning that something is momentous is happening. I've been that. I have been a portent to many. But righteousness is my strong safety. Because when you become a sign, people are going to want to get rid of you. They don't want you to be alive. Okay, my mom is always scared for me. I'm like, they can take my flesh, but they can't take that love of the Most High inside of me. Guess what? Okay, they cannot. So this flesh is temporary. Okay, and I would rather lose my flesh for righteousness than save it for the devil in his fire blazing, burning there. I would rather lose it for righteousness than to save it to be used in the devil's lair. You know what I mean? So verse 7 is packing a big punch. And verse 8 now, my mouth is filled. It's going to be filled with that. Verse 8, all day the glory of God is on my mouth. Yesterday I met some amazing people and I told them, this is godly, this is divine. And we had moments of this. So when I look at verse 8, my mouth is always filled with righteousness's praises, right? Always. And with the glory of righteousness all day long, I'm filled up. It fills me up. It fills me up. In verse 9, do not cast me off in the time of old age. Forsake me not when my strength is spent. Okay? I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there in age. And verse 9 is significant for me because it speaks of not casting I and I off in the time of old age, and forsaking me not when my strength is spent, when my eyes, I can't, I don't wear, some people wear glasses. They have to put their glasses on to see. I don't need them. now. But I know there's going to come a time when my eyesight may, weaken. Um, However, for now, it's very strong. Um, so that, and verse 9, not being casted off during that time when you are getting up in age and your strength is spent. You're going to be you're not going to be forsaken, right? And in verse 10, the enemies of righteousness, okay, that enemy could be yourself inside of you talking bad down about yourself. That enemy, right, are speaking about you. And they watch for your life and they talk together with each other about you. This is happening to me. I could tell people talking to me. I could tell. I could feel it. I feel things. I'm very in tuned. And they taking counsel together. They're and they're talking about that God has forsaken me and pursue and seize me. There's none to deliver me. So this is what people are consulting together and speaking about, folks. So verse 12 now, look, they're gonna talk all this smack, but guess what? Righteousness, God, Jehovah Jireh, the most high omnipotent one, is not far from I and I. Not far. And is gonna make haste to give me strength. I have experienced that. Verse 13, may my accusers be put to shame and consumed by a fire. Yeah. And we see fire is consuming California right now as we speak. Because that's the enemy of righteousness. Okay, these America itself, okay. We see, I went to San Francisco. My son was in the hospital. He had a brain surgery. He had a stroke. And I went to San Francisco and I saw the state of San Francisco, Taylor Street specifically. And I look at how the system of oppression is blamed for me on people in the system, okay? In the system. So when I know Kamala Harris was the Attorney General or something for San Francisco, whatever. And people say, oh, she didn't make the policy, she didn't, When you're in a leadership position like that, you got to stand up for righteousness. Bottom line, if you're not, you're part of the evil system. Bottom line. So I'm not here to talk about politics, and I'm not here to talk about Candid and all these folks. But these folks are part of the oppressive system, whether you want to think so or not. They're part of it. Okay? And I ain't seen one that's not part of it. Okay? Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, okay? All of these folks, these individuals, stood up for what was righteousness. Okay? They stood up for that. Do you think people in the system today want to stand up for righteousness? No. They're afraid of their life. Do you think if people stand up, black people? I talked about Obama. When Obama was in office, I didn't see one thing he did for black folks. Oh, he was a president for all people. Okay, good. All people ain't suffering like black folks suffering. People talk about, oh, black people have gotten far, we good. No, we're not. What, you gonna give us a statue? You're gonna give us a museum? You're going to give us, these false, things. What about economic? Give us some economic power. No, you don't want to do that. People got killed for talking about economic power for Black people. Okay? You don't want to do that. All the other people within the US got reparations except for Black people. What does that tell you? That says a lot. So the system of oppression, okay, is real. The people who are part of that system of oppression is even realer because they're perpetuating that oppression because they want their jobs. Okay? They want their jobs. When I was working at the library in the Virgin Islands, sitting there getting a paycheck, and I saw the things that were going around me that wasn't righteous. Okay? When I stood up for that, I forsake that paycheck. Like, you're not going to pay me to be quiet. You're not going to pay me to sit there in a library and say nothing and be a pawn on a chessboard. You can move me around. Oh, no. No. Money, people going after money, guess what? I wish you well. I wish you well going after that. Because guess what? Guess what the results are. Okay? So I forsook that paycheck, that money from the system, and stood up. Does anybody else in the system do that? Is governors doing that? Forsaking their salary to give to the poor? Okay? You're going to be, that's just what it is. Okay? So in verse 13, may my accusers be put to shame and consumed with scorn and disgrace. May they be covered who seek my hurt. You are out there seeking to hurt folks. This is what's going to happen to you. Verse 14, I will keep the future ever before me. Okay? And I will give praises, I will give adulation to righteousness, yet more and more and more. I'm going to keep on keeping on with the righteousness. I'm going to keep on. And it's not no self-righteous thing. Righteousness is inside and it comes out in the things you do and the way you live your life. Okay? So these righteousness, my mouth will tell and speak of righteous acts. My mouth will tell of the righteous acts and righteousness' works of salvation all day. So that's what I am going to do. I am going to talk about the righteousness of the Most High all day, for the number is past my knowledge. Like it's so numerous. You are up this morning. You are awake. Some people are not. Some people are in a hospital bed suffering. Okay? But you are up. Give thanks for that. For your works, righteousness is all day. And the works of righteousness is I will come. I will remind them of righteousness alone. So with the mighty works of the Lord God, I come in. I'm coming with these mighty works. Yep, I'm coming with these mighty works. I'm getting my mighty works. I'm coming. These works are of the Lord God. I'm coming with these mighty works of the Lord, not my own. Okay? I'm going to remind folks of the mighty righteousness that is right, is God alone. Okay? Verse 17, oh God, from my youth, from when I was a child going to the Nazareth Evangelical Lutheran Church in historic Cruz Bay, St. John. I love that church. When I was a youth, from the time I was a youth, righteousness have taught me, and I still proclaim this wondrous works today. So even to old age and gray hairs, I got a lot up here, and down there I got gray hairs. So even with that, oh righteousness do will not forsake I. I met a woman 80 years old. She is beautiful, amazingly beautiful. 80 years old. She has her PhD, and she's 80. When I met her, and she's still working in child development. I said, working with children makes you look young. People ask me why I look so young. I think it's that too. But these gray hairs and old age, even with that, the righteousness of the Most High is not going to forsake I and I. Until I proclaim the might to another generation. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm proclaiming the mighty works of the Most High to another generation. That the power to all those, the righteous power of God to all those to come. So righteousness, all righteousness reaches the high heavens, and righteousness is who have done great things. Oh God, who is like you? Who is like you? You have made me see many troubles and calamities. I have seen them. You made me see them. And you will revive me again. I have been revived again. From the depths of the earth, you will bring me up again. From the sewers, from the depths of the earth, I said, this is what I said years ago. The Most High have taken me up out of the sewers and given me a new name and a new reviving. And look at Psalm 71, echoing it here again. Verse 21 is very key. You will increase my greatness and comfort me again. This is what's been happening. I've been comforted again. You may see me weeping now, but that is for joy. My weeping is for joy and for sadness for other people, not for myself. I'm not weeping sadly for myself. I'm weeping for the joy as well as the sadness for other people that's out there that are lost. Because that righteousness is going to increase my greatness and comfort me again. And verse 22 now, we're almost finished with the psalm. 3 more verses ties it all together. I will also praise you with the harp, with the instrument, with music. I want to start a girl band where we chant music to the Most High. We're taking songs and turning them into adulation songs. People will do covers of songs and stuff like that. Yeah. And creating our own lyrics with the psalms. And we have a drummer, we have a guitar player, this is what we're doing, because this is what we need to do. I will also praise you with the harp for your faithfulness, oh my God. I will sing praises to you with the instrument, O Holy One of Israel. Okay, I don't use Israel because it's not about Israel. It's about I and I. So that ancient one of I and I is inside of I and I. But we have been so capitalized and we have been so consumed. We are consumers in a consumerism. We've been colonialized into, this ideology of looking outside of ourselves and not inside of ourselves. That's why Israel, is named the scripture. It was written there for a reason, to keep you away from yourself and not looking within, but seeing what's out there, So in verse 23, my lips will shout for joy. My lips will shout for joy when I chant praises to righteousness. My life also that has been redeemed. that righteousness have redeemed. And verse 24, my tongue will talk. My tongue will talk of righteousness and the strength that righteousness gave to me all the day long. And that's what my tongue will speak. For righteousness is my strength all day long now. For ones who do not love righteousness will be put to shame and disappointed, who sought to do me hurt. So I look at the vicious voicemail, the person who left that, and this is what's going to happen. They're going to be put to shame and disappointed who sought to do me hurt when I have not hurt or been unkind to anyone. And you're going to leave this, you're going to do that, seeking to do me hurt. And people may say, oh, I didn't mean to hurt you, but you did. Sorry, you're a sorry person. That's just his strength. That's why when that person left that vicious voicemail, that's what they should have talked to me about. The righteousness. Not cursing me out on the phone and F you this and F you that. You know what I'm talking about? Especially you don't know me. You don't do that to folks. So they're going to be put to shame and they're going to be disappointed who sought to do me hurt. Anyone seeks to do me hurt or seeks to do me wrong or seeks to use me or seeks to take from me and not give me my flowers, guess what? This is what's going to happen. And it's not no magic. It's not no witchcraft. It's you who are creating your destiny when you go out there and hurt people, because hurt people are going to hurt people. That person who left that voicemail is a hurting woman. She's hurting. That's why she left the voicemail, because hurt people, they want to hurt you. But guess what? They're going to be put to shame and disappointed, according to Psalm 71, verse 4. Thank you for liking this video, and thank you for tuning in to Chant A Psalm A Day. Hallelujah. I give thanks today for this psalm because it really points in the direction of where we all need to go. From the book of Joshua, from the book of Joshua 24 verse 15, and this Psalm 71 has 24 verses, and we're looking at Joshua 24 verse 15. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. I don't know who you're serving, but in my house, it is the house of the Lord. When I build my home and I build my child development center, this is for the Most High. It's got to be pleasing to that. You may not like the color in the bathroom, you may not like whatever, but guess what? It's pleasing to the Most High, because that is who lives inside of me and gives me the fortitude and the strength to make decisions in the right way, you know? So when you lean on your own understanding, you're going to be in a situation that's not going to be good. Get down on your knees and say a word or two to God. Kneel beside your bed, you and your partner or your wife or your girlfriend, and speak to God. You know, try that. And being consistent with it. So that is the psalm today. And today, when I looked at the word today is vigor. Vigor is physical strength and good health. How are we to be physically strong with good health? It's the foods. The food you're eating. The things you're putting into your temple. You're eating a bag of chips, guess what? That's been processed in a factory. You're eating a steak. That's an animal's flesh that's dead, that's been seasoned up, but it's still dead. How are you vigorous? The strength and energy of God fill me with vigor. Okay, what I just said is inside of you. And Psalm 71 talks about that strength, that you're not going to be forsaken. Your strength, when your strength is spent, when you feel you have no strength, guess what? You're going to be okay. You got to keep knowing that, keep thinking that God is not going to forsake those who are serving God. Him, her, however you see God, however you want to call that, righteousness, goodness, mercy, love, kindness, long suffering, Jehovah, Rastafari, Selassie the first, the Trinity, however you want to call it. It's the one and the same. And that one is not going to forsake you when you feel weak. Okay? So when you feel weak, don't go into your own understanding. When you feel weak, you're depressed, you're in a despair, that's when the devil comes and snares you up. That's when that happens. So when we look at the word vigor today, the strength and energy of God fill me with vigor. Fill I and I with vigor. So this is how it reads. During a race, runners will start quickly, keep pace with their competitors, and may suddenly speed up as they surge toward the finish line, right? The burst of energy it takes to get started, the endurance to go the distance, and the powerful sprint at the end of the race are all examples of vigor, right? Vigor is how I channel the energy and strength of the Most High. Whether I am called to push myself physically or mentally, my vigor takes me far and strengthens me to achieve all I set out to do. God is without limitation. And if you don't want to say God, you can say righteousness, mercy, compassion, love, kindness. Thank you for liking this video and showing kindness. Because there's no limits to that. You can express kindness in so many ways, y'all. So many ways. And that energy never wanes or grows weak. I remember this when I am tempted to think I must rely on my human strength alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. In your communication to the Most High, draw upon the strength of righteousness within you. As I do that, I am once again filled with vigor. So draw upon the strength of righteousness within you. How do you do that, people ask? You listen to righteousness. You hear a lot of the music out here is about, I'm going to smack you. I want to love you down. You're my boo. All of this, that's what the music is about. And it's about looking on the outside. The music today is about looking on the outside, not on the inside. And it's sad because the music is another opportunity for that evil one to use to snare you in relationships with folks. Okay? Yeah, music in the world does that. So this word today, vigor, is so crucial to our beings. Right now, we're at 6:21. It's been an hour now. I've been on here. Thank you for joining Chant A Psalm A Day, and thank you for listening and tuning in. Thank you for liking this video, and thank you for being here and sharing yourself and your energy. This word today, vigor, is brought to us by Psalm 28, verse 7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. In the Lord, my heart trusts. So when I listened to that, I said, that's inside? Isn't your heart on the inside? Is your heart outside? No, it's inside you. So that is where you are going to find that Most High, in that trust in your heart. that trust in your heart. So that is powerful in that this word today, vigor, you know, expresses this kind of strength. And this strength and shield is not outside of you. This strength and shield is inside your heart. That's where the strength is. It's not in physical strength. That has to come from inside. When people are running a race, it's the inside that's giving them that power, right? And what's inside of you there? That is righteousness, the Most High. And I have student email. Oh, goodness. Anyway, I got lots of work to do, y'all. So we're going to wrap this up. Thank you for joining Chant A Psalm A Day, and thank you for tuning in. I'm going to see you next time for Chant A Psalm A Day. I may even see you again today when I may go live, closing session. And the closing session is librarian Michael Treats. And I'm interested to see what treats he has to give us and some nuggets of information about libraries and the importance of libraries. So this is our psalm today. Thank you so much for joining Chant A Psalm A Day. And remember, let me put this on. Chant A Psalm A Day. Chant A Psalm A Day. Chant A Psalm A Day. Have a blessed day, everyone. Thanks for joining Chant A Psalm A Day. I'll see you next time. Remember, walk in love. Stand in love. Stand in love. Don't fall in it. Stand in it. Have a blessed day, everyone. Love y'all.